It's always an honor to be able to speak with you. A Jewish man goes into a synagogue and prays, "Oh Lord, you know the mess I'm in. Please let me win the lottery." The next week he's back again, and this time he's complaining, "Oh Lord, didn't you hear my prayer last week? I'll lose everything unless I win the lottery." The third week he comes back to the synagogue, and this time he's desperate. "Oh God, this is the third time I pray to you to let me win the lottery. I ask and I plead, and still you don't help me." Suddenly a booming voice sounds from the heaven, "Benny, Benny, be reasonable. Meet me halfway. Buy a lottery ticket." I have a lottery ticket. I've never done this before. Oh, yes. About 25 years ago, when my wife and I were living in Orlando, there was a big something, and we went all over the city trying to find a good place to buy a lottery ticket because we had the assumption that we had to go to a neighborhood that was very poor for their, I don't know, we had some kind of crazy thing. So the jackpot for this Friday's Mega Million drawing is $1.02 billion, making it the nation's fourth largest lottery prize in history. But it will be my one and only chance to become a billionaire. I am in a very upbeat mood tonight. I am quite certain that I'm holding the winning ticket. In about 3.5 hours, my life is going to change. My chances aren't so bad. It's 1 in 302.5 million chances. Not bad odds. The cash option would pay $602.5 million. I will accept it. Uncle Sam needs what he needs. Should I have bought the ticket? Really, should I have bought it? Judaism does not encourage gambling of any sort. In fact, professional gamblers are not able to be witnesses in Jewish courts. But many authorities see a lottery in a different light. There is this religious authority who clarifies it this way. He says, a person buys a lottery ticket as a purchaser of a good, not a wager. Before the drawing, you can even sell the ticket for its original purchase price. Therefore, you are effectively investing in a fund that will use some of the proceeds to cover expenses and pay the remainder as a dividend to specific randomly chosen investors. That's what rabbis do all day, figure out things like this. Furthermore, he suggests that the odds of winning a lottery are so low that no purchaser assumes he will win. Not me. Buying one is quite innocent, okay. And I'm not sure, I don't know what the problem is, I'm sure I'm going to win. Now, there are real moral concerns here. Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, who was a great Sephardic Jewish authority, pointed out that many poor people spend money that they cannot afford on losing lottery tickets. They think about the high improbability of winning rather than the reality of supporting their families. And lotteries prey on the poor, obviously, and it's kind of depressing if you go into a drugstore and you see people that you know don't have a lot of money buying one ticket after another. But I bought a ticket. My wife really did it, so I'm not fully guilty. I'm aware that Judaism permits it with caution, and I would not encourage others to buy it. And I'm very mindful that I cannot allow this to become a habit, so one ticket every 25 years, that's okay. Is it dangerous to win the lottery? There is this belief that winning the lottery destroys a person's life. I found too many stories of people going down the tubes. One example from a Time magazine that I found, before winning $315 million in West Virginia in 2002, Jack Whitaker was already a millionaire. Just 4 years later, then, the construction company president claimed he went broke. Tragedies swarmed his life. His granddaughter and daughter died soon after from drug overdoses. Then Whitaker was robbed of $545,000 while sitting in his car at a strip club. $545,000 in your car in front of a strip club? I can't even figure that out. But his life was ruined. Yet, and I researched this because I want to tell you the truth, the research done in Sweden indicates that it's not true. They studied people who had won the lottery from 5 years ago to 22 years ago, who won a lot of money, and they found that their lives were rather good, that the money won led to a positive long-term satisfaction. There was a connection between the financial life and their long-term overall life satisfaction. Winning would not be a curse, but I'm not going to spend the proceeds on a sports car. I like my Volkswagen Tiguan. Why do I want to win? Bobby, why do I want to win? Wealth will make life easier. I'm not complaining about my life, but I'm not impoverished. I'm doing pretty well in my life. And yet, having that kind of money is security. Okay, let me ask you something. How many people would love to win $500 million? Raise your hand. Come on. Has anyone besides me bought a lottery ticket? Of course, okay. No, wait. Do you buy it on a regular basis, or you're like me? This is a $1 billion chance.
Every once in a while.
But the billion kind of got your attention. Okay. So here's what I've decided. When I win the lottery in 3.5 hours, I have $607 million. That's a lot. Okay. I'm going to keep $100 million for myself and my family. I'm going to. Now I have $500 million I have to do something with. Now here's my question. To whom should I share it? Should it go to the arts? Should it go to the hospital, to an orphanage? Should I stand in the middle of Kansas City and just hand out $100 bills? Or maybe in the New Reformed Temple, hand them out on Friday night and we'd get a real crowd. Not that there isn't a lovely crowd here, but, can always deal with more. Now, there's an interesting Jewish principle, Aniei ircha kodmin, which means the poor of one's own town comes first. So according to Jewish tradition, if you're going to look at this within a Jewish framework, you start with your own family, then you start with your own neighborhood, you start with your own community, and you keep going out and out and out and out. So some people could argue you start giving to your family, then you give to the Jewish people, and you work your way out. On the other hand, there's a Jewish tradition that says we give to everyone, we support everyone regardless of their religion, b'nei darchei shalom, because we want peace. Now, I'm perplexed. Winning the lottery excites me. I have no idea where I should give my money. The world is so broken, and the needs are so great. Where does one begin? Now, I was thinking about this, and I'm being serious. So with the $500 million that I'm going to win in 3.5 hours, what have I decided to do is, and it's kind of selfish in a little sense because it kind of affects my family, I want to give $500 million to support the non-Orthodox Jews in Israel. Because I think that if you do that, that would transform Israel. The government doesn't give them money. $500 million to support every Reform Conservative synagogue in Israel would change Jewish history. That's a good investment for $500 million. That would change things. So will I win the lottery tonight? Feel it. You think it's a winning? Look, you don't think it's real, do you?
No, I just wanted to see that. Oh, you got 3 different options?
Yeah, I guess when you buy it, you have to, Jane bought 3 tickets.
Oh, it's all in one ticket.
It's a one thing. And do you see what it says here, 1.1 billion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want you to know. Okay, so, will I win the lottery? I'm willing to contemplate that I do not have the winning ticket. Does it matter to me if I win? Not a bit. My life, as I said, is really good. I don't need a windfall. And I know if I win, it will not make me happy. And in the end, there is a common truth. Every one of us has already won the lottery. Each of us in our own way has received so many blessings of life and from life. So many of us have won the lottery by the families in which we were born into, by the people who have nurtured us and mentored us, by receiving love and compassion and forgiveness in ways and quantities that we do not deserve, by living in a nation of freedom. And because of this, we already have won the lottery. And each of us has so much to be able to give in return because we own the lottery ticket. We can give something to humanity and to the world. Every encounter with another human being is an opportunity to give that lottery ticket to someone else. And we don't need a great wealth to do it. And we all are holding a winning lottery ticket that we can really give to others. And we must just recognize that we're holding them. I'm amazed, and I know you are as well, by the people that you see in the world of very limited means who do such wonderful things, and we dare not ignore it. So friends, I want to win the lottery tonight, and if I do, or when I do, or whatever way you want to phrase it, I will be showing up next week standing before you, because that is what I want to do. I really feel I've already won the lottery. Shabbat Shalom.